everyone, I'm Alicia Malone. I am your guide to the indie films out in theatres and at home this week here on Fandango Indie Movie Guide. Let's start with a film that has a title so long that I have to read it from my notes here on my phone. It is called Norman, the Moderate Rise and Tragic Fall of a New York Fixer. But let's just call it Norman for now. Norman stars Richard Gere in one of his best performances ever. He seems to be doing great work these days in small indie films, and in Norman he plays a fixer. It's said that everybody knows a Norman, a connector who every time they meet you, they say, "How can I help you? I can help you with that," and you're not sure if they actually can or not. And it's frustrating to watch this character as he promises the world and you know he can't deliver, and he gets himself into a whole web of lies and deceit, and he's trying his best. And the thing is, you always root for him.
You spoke to him?
I'm not following you, Norman. Did you speak to him or not?
Why haven't you returned my phone call?
Why do I get the feeling that nothing you tell me is real?
This is a great little drama about a human who is just trying to make the best for him and for everyone else, and you just wish he would get out of his own way. And as the title suggests, he has a moderate rise and then a tragic fall. Richard Gere is wonderful. You can see Norman in limited theatres from this weekend.
You're like a drowning man trying to wave at an ocean liner. But I'm a good swimmer. Yeah, don't forget that.
My next film also has a long title. It's called My Entire High School Sinking into the Sea. And it's about a high school boy played by Jason Schwartzman. He's a smart aleck. He gets angry at people. He wants to take vengeance, but he also realizes that their high school is created on a fault line and it's not earthquake proof. And that happens right at the time that an earthquake hits and the entire high school goes sinking into the sea.
Oof. Gross.
This is one of the most unique looking animated films that I've seen. It uses a whole mixture of different mediums to create this kaleidoscope of colors and this mess of magic. It's all about growing up and trying to overcome your issues and the kind of relationships and archetypes that you face in high school. Beyond that though, it is really, really funny.
My legs are caught under the bookcase.
I gotta amputate.
Dude, just lift the bookcase.
Oh yeah, okay.
I had a great time watching My Entire High School Sinking into the Sea when I saw it at Fantastic Fest last year. It's coming out in limited theatres from this weekend. If you can't see it now, note down this title for when it comes out on video on demand. And Truman is another film coming out in limited theatres this weekend. It is a Spanish-Argentine drama about the power of friendship. This looks at two male friends who have been lifelong buddies. They reconnect after many, many years, just as one of them has been diagnosed with cancer and he decides not to do anything about it. The Truman in the title is the dog Truman, who he wants to rehome before he passes away.
¿Cuál pongo?
¿Para qué es?
Para que lo adopten.
Parece muy educado.
Es muy limpio. Lo llevé a un colegio de pago.
It's a tough subject matter, but it's done without sentimentality. I really liked that. I also liked how it showed male friendships and male bonding in a different way. Truman came out in theatres in New York last week. It's coming out in Los Angeles this weekend, and then hopefully other places after that. And just before I go, I want to mention two inspiring films based on true stories, both out on Fandango now or video on demand this weekend. The first is Hidden Figures. This is about three African-American women who were instrumental in the NASA space program in the 60s. Deals with racism and sexism, but heartwarming at the same time. And overall, it's a crowd-pleasing movie, made a lot of money at the box office, and I'm so glad for that because it tells such a great story and it has a cast that are wonderful in their roles. Taraji P. Henson, Janelle Monáe, and Octavia Spencer. If you missed it at the theatre or if you want to watch it again, you can see it on Fandango now from April 14.
Let me ask you, if you were a white male, would you wish to be an engineer?
I wouldn't have to. I'd already be one.
And another of my favorites from last year was Lion. This is based on a true story of a young Indian boy who gets lost from his home, becomes adopted by an Australian family, and then uses Google Maps to try to track down his old village. It stars Dev Patel, who does a great Australian accent, and also Rooney Mara and Nicole Kidman in a very heartbreaking performance. Lion will definitely make you cry, it'll make you cheer, it'll make you smile, and you can see it on Fandango now from April 14.
Every night I imagine that I'm walking those streets home,
and I know every single step of the way.
Lots to choose from this weekend. In theatres, you can see Norman, the moderate rise and tragic fall of a New York fixer, or My Entire High School Sinking into the Sea, or Truman, or you can stay at home and watch Hidden Figures or Lion. And just as I wrap up, I want to quickly put out there, if you're loving the Thor Ragnarok trailer and you haven't seen Taika Waititi, the director, his other films, then make sure you check out Hunt for the Wilder People, or Eagle vs. Shark, or Boy, or What We Do in the Shadows, because that will showcase the great humour that we've started to see from that trailer. Don't forget to let me know which indie films you've been loving lately, and if you've managed to catch any of my suggestions. I'm Alicia Malone. You can find me on Twitter at Alicia Malone, and I'll see you soon.